Hello, and today we are reading A Dozen Fairy Dresses by Tennant Redbank and illustrated by the Disney storybook artist. Clink, clink, clink. Queen Clarison tapped the side of her glass with a spoon. She had something important to say. Hem sat up straight in her chair. 3 days from now is a special night. It's Purple Moon Night, said Queen Clarison. She looked at all the fairies sitting around the tea room. When the moon rises, it will be a deep purple. To honor it, we will have a ball. Hem gave a happy sigh and closed her eyes. She could picture the dress she would make for herself. It would be pretty, but simple. She'd be the belle of the ball. Hem was a sewing talent fairy. There was nothing she liked more than sewing a lovely dress, and a ball was the perfect reason to make a new one. Hem, hem, did you hear me? A voice asked. Hem opened her eyes. A group of fairies stood around her. Tinkerbell shook Hem's shoulders. So will you do it? Tink asked. Will you make me a new dress for the ball? And me? Rainy asked. And me? Freya asked. All the fairies wanted a new dress. Hem closed her eyes and sighed again. She loved making dresses, but she also liked to take her time, and she didn't have a lot of time before the ball. Still, she couldn't say no to her friends. Maybe a ball wasn't such a wonderful idea after all. As she flew back to her sewing room, Hem's head was spinning. She had to make 10 dresses in 3 days. How would she even get them done? She pulled a list out of her pocket. She had written down the kind of dress each fairy wanted. Hem grabbed a basket and hurried to Lily's garden. Lily greeted her at the gate. Can I pick some flowers for dresses? Hem asked the garden talent fairy. Sure, Lily said, but only if you make a dress for me too. I think a tiger lily dress would be pretty. Hem shrugged. She already had to make 10 dresses. One more couldn't hurt. Of course, she told Lily. Lily and Hem picked the prettiest flowers in the garden. They chose a red rose for Rosetta's dress and a daffodil leaf for Tink's. They plucked pink sweet peas for Rainy's dress and a striped white and purple crocus for Silver Mist. They found a pink tulip for Freya's gown and a yellow pansy for Priscilla's. They chose a morning glory for Beck's dress and fresh green clovers for Fawn's. Hem was surprised that Fawn even wanted a new dress. She usually didn't like to dress up. Hem found bluebells for Bess and snowdrops for Iridessa. Wait, Lily called out before Hem could go. Don't forget the tiger lily for my dress. Lily looked at one flower. She looked at another. She wanted the perfect tiger lily. Hem tapped her foot. She didn't have time for this. Finally, Lily picked the flower she liked best. She put it in Hem's basket. Hem's basket was heavy. Hem slowly made her way to her room. Then she went to work. She cut, she pinned, she tucked, she sewed and sewed and sewed. Soon it was dark. She had finished only 3 dresses. Hem started again in the morning. There were so many choices to make. Would Tink like a long dress or a short one? Would Rosetta prefer puffy sleeves or plain sleeves? Hem wanted all her friends to be happy. She sewed and pinned and cut. She finished Bess's bluebell dress at noon. Prilla's pansy dress was done 2 hours later. She finished Lily's tiger lily dress by dusk. Ham stayed up late into the night. Then it was the day of the ball. Ham took in the waist of Freya's dress. She added an extra ruffle to Fawn's skirt. She sewed a flower on Silvermist's top. She was almost done. She had only 2 more dresses to make. Ham worked as fast as a bumblebee. Her fingers flew over the petals. Finally, the last dress was done. She hung it up next to the other 10. Ham looked at the 11 dresses. Each one was different. Each one was lovely. There was a knock on Ham's door. She flew over and opened it. Her fairy friends were crowded together outside. "Are the dresses ready?" Prilla said. She had an eager look on her face. The other fairies pressed forward around her. They couldn't wait to see their gowns. "Yes, come in," Hem said. She waved the fairies inside. Rosetta flew straight to the rose dress. "Ooh," she cooed. Tears came to Rainey's eyes. She hugged her sweet pea dress to her chest. "What a dazzler," Fawn said when she saw her green dress. "Hem, you're the best," Tink said. The fairies all took their dresses. Then they left. Hem sank to the floor on a pile of petals. She felt very good about all the beautiful dresses she had made, but she was tired. She didn't want to make another dress for ages. Hem lay back and put her hands behind her head. Now she could relax. She could go to the ball in the courtyard and watch the purple moon. The ball! Hem sat up straight. She had not made a dress for herself. Hem flew to her wardrobe. She opened the doors and looked inside. She had lots of pretty dresses, but none was as pretty as the one she had just made. Hem's eyes filled with tears. It was too late to find a perfect flower for her dress. She had wanted to be the belle of the ball. Now she just had to admire all the other fairy dresses. "Pins and needles," Hem cried. She kicked at the petal scraps around her feet. A piece of tulip drifted off the pile. Hem picked up the petal. Then she spotted half a violet. She found the tiger lily scrap and a part of a poppy. Maybe she didn't need to pick a new flower at all. She could make a dress from the leftover bits. Hem gathered all the scraps of the petals. She sewed and sewed and sewed. She poured all her talent into creating the dress. Her fingers were sore and her eyes were strained. Still, each stitch made her feel better. It was dark out when Hem finished. She slipped the dress over her head and tied the back. The dress swirled around her ankles and floated around her arms. It felt as light as air. Now a dozen fairy dresses were done in time for the ball. Hem flew to the courtyard. She stopped just outside. She stayed in the shadow of the home tree and looked up at the dazzling courtyard. All her friends were there. They each wore a beautiful dress. Hem's heart swelled with pride. Then Hem stepped into the firefly light. The music stopped. The dancing stopped. Every eye turned towards Hem. Her dress was a rainbow of color. It was red, yellow, orange, green, blue, pink, purple, and white. The colors glowed. Hem's friends quickly gathered around her. "You look beautiful, Hem," Silvermist said. "It's all of our dresses pieced together," Fawn pointed out. "I'm happy that you made the best dress for yourself," Tink said. Hem's glow turned pink all over. Queen Clarissa flew to her side. "Hem, what a lovely dress," she said. Then she whispered in Hem's ear, "Will you make me one just like it?" A few hours earlier, Hem hadn't wanted to think of making another dress, but now she felt differently. Now she couldn't wait. "I'd be happy to," she said. The end. Thank you for listening and have a good sleep. Bye.